What is capitalism? It rewards those who work hard, but it also rewards those who take advantage of others.
After the mortgage crisis in '08,
Everybody's looking to get their money back. China's this exploding market.
It blew my mind.
let's invest in it now.
Everybody thought, I want to be a part of the China growth story.
We're making a profit.
$22 million,
$100 million.
20 billion.
50 billion.
This was simply too good to be true.
And it was.
There are no good guys in this story, including me.
Over 300 businesses operating in China, listed here in the United States.
Public traded stock.
It was legit.
But I believed they're misrepresenting and doing less business than they had claimed. So we went to China to monitor one of these companies.
Roads in poor shape.
Garbage, rotting.
A busload of investors shows up. All of a sudden, things get turned on. They leave. All the lights go back off.
It's a $150 million company.
It's a total fraud.
If this one company is so brazenly fraudulent,
We have to worry about all of them here in the United States.
this is the largest financial crime of the last 25 years.
We've never seen a credit buildup that hasn't been followed by a major financial crisis.
Hold on to your wallet.
The government knows what's happening.
That money belongs to mom and pop investors.
The reality is they're going to do nothing about it.
The bad guys in finance are attracted to greed.
I didn't do anything wrong, so I want out of this.
You can't even find people that will help us.
The best place to be a criminal is someplace with no cops.
This is a perfect storm.
Hundreds of billions of dollars that just poof vanish. It's everybody. It's every bank.
Stay tuned.
The China Hustle.
There's an old joke that the biggest lie on Wall Street
most everyone who we call these titans, namely from John D. Rockefeller, Carnegie, J.P. Morgan, Thomas Edison, they all have one thing in common. They all were of a view that put them in charge and they would solve the problems.
I think they believed in something big. When you get a Carnegie and he's trying to put together a giant steel company, it takes a tremendous leap of faith to believe that if you created all this product, someone would want it.
But I think that's true with all the great entrepreneurs, the Vanderbilts and the Fords and the Edisons. It was a mix of believing in an idea and believing that the forces were converging to make that idea possible, to give it lift, to give it life.
They saw a bigger picture than most people saw, and were willing to put together things and capitalize on it, knowing that it would take some time to accomplish that.
Long live the electric light.
Thomas Edison has one of my favorite quotes from him was, "Vision without execution is hallucination." The vision aspect is critically important, but you also have to couple that with execution, the ability to take that idea and bring it to life. And that's what the great entrepreneurs of the American history have really had.
I think they were men of great character, great motivation, could sense what they were really delivering. Even though they made money, that's nothing wrong with making money, but they had a sense of their destiny as such. If they could create steel at a great price, look what you could do with it. You could build buildings, highways, bridges, you name it, ships, at the right price. And that's what they did.
I doubt very much that any of these great captains of industry predicted 30 years in advance where they would be. But what they had was the ability to see possibilities, the courage to take risks to pursue those possibilities, and then as other possibilities came forward, they had some more courage. They took some more risk, and it built upon itself.
You know, you talk about seeing around corners as an element of success. That's what differentiates, oftentimes, the good leader from the careful manager. The manager is often managing today's life, keeping an orderly system, doing everything, and not seeing what's coming around that corner. And so that's a very important ingredient. Not many people have it. Not many people can predict that corner. Is it a train or a light? And which one is it? Is a characteristic of great leaders.
Who has seen an advertisement that has convinced you that your microphone is listening to your conversations? All of your interactions, your credit card swipes, web searches, locations, likes, they're all collected in real time into a $1 trillion a year industry.
The real game changer was Cambridge Analytica. They'd worked for the Trump campaign and for the Brexit campaign. They started using information warfare.
Cambridge Analytica claimed to have 5,000 data points on every American voter.
I started tracking down all these Cambridge Analytica ex-employees.
Someone else that you should be calling to the committee is Brittany Kaiser.
Brittany Kaiser, once a key player inside Cambridge Analytica, casting herself as a whistleblower.
The reason why Google and Facebook are the most powerful companies in the world is because last year data surpassed oil in value. Data is the most valuable asset on Earth. We targeted those whose minds we thought we could change until they saw the world the way we wanted them to. I do know that their targeting tool was considered a weapon.
There is a possibility that the American public had been experimented on.
This is becoming a criminal matter. When people see the extent of the surveillance, I think they're going to be shocked.
And I still fear for your life.
Yeah.
With the powerful people that are involved.
But I can't keep quiet just because it'll make powerful people mad.
Data rights should be considered just fundamental rights.
This is about the integrity of our democracy. These platforms which were created to connect us have now been weaponized. It's impossible to know what is what, because nothing is what it seems.
We communicate who we are through clothing. It is fundamentally a part of what we wish to communicate about ourselves.
We used to have a system, a fashion system. That has absolutely nothing to do with the fashion industry today. It has been reinvented.
It's based on materialism. The problem is that comes at a really high price.
Garment factory collapsed, killing more than 1,000.
Clashes between clothes factory workers and riot police in Cambodia.
Last November, 112 people were killed in another major factory fire. 30,000 Chinese workers have been on strike.
Garment workers in Bangladesh paying the price for cheap clothing.
Well, the promise of globalization was that it was going to be a win-win, that consumers in the rich world would get cheaper goods and people in the poorer parts of the world would get jobs, and that those jobs would give them an opportunity to work their way out of poverty.
This enormous, rapacious industry that is generating so much profit, why is it that it is unable to support millions of its workers properly?
The actual business model is completely unsustainable. Unless you change that model, you can't change anything.
When everything is concentrated on making profits, what you see is that human rights, the environment, workers' rights get lost.
My God, we can do better than this.
a sausage McMuffin with egg and cheese. $3.17 is a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. The market's down this morning, so I think I'll pass up the $3.17 and go with the $2.95.
Warren Buffett is the only person who, from scratch, built a company that is in the top 10 of the Fortune 500.
I was always playing around with numbers. I find it enjoyable. There were two turning points in my life. Once when I came out of the womb and once when I met Susie.
Warren is smarter than you even know. I think sometimes geniuses are by default lonely and isolated.
I was a lopsided person. She put me together. I thought I would pile her money, then she would unpile it, running a foundation, and therefore society would benefit. 99% of everything I make will go to others.
The largest gift ever given. It was completely amazing.
Investment problems, they're easy. It's the human problems that are the tough ones.